Thanks for tuning into our seller interview series. Up today, we've got an Amazon affiliate site in the home improvement niche. Created in November 2014, this business makes $1,766 per month in net profit, and the listing number for this site is 40718. Now, we do these interviews to give potential buyers more information about both the seller and the sites they're looking to purchase. We hope these insights are helpful for you in making a buying decision. Now, we've got the seller with us today to go through the business. I'll cover everything from niche selection to traffic and monetization. Thanks for coming on, Zach.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Before we dive into the questions here, just to give our listeners out there in internet land a quick summary of this business. It was built in November 2014, as I mentioned, with a monthly revenue of $1,766. As currently zero expenses, so that's pure net profit, and that is over a 12-month average. With the sell of the site, obviously comes the domain, and all the content and site files as well will be included with the sale. So, Zach, can you tell us a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses? Is this kind of your first kind of dip into the water, or have you been playing in the game for a while?
Yeah, I started with an interview site where I was interviewing Kickstarters, and that was about 4 years ago. And then I moved into the Amazon niche and drop shipping as well. About 3 years ago, part-time, and then full-time 2 years ago, to where now I am kind of traveling the world and seeing the sites as I work online.
Awesome, man. So how did you come up with the idea to start this business in particular? You know, without giving away the niche, obviously, but was there something about this business that just really sang to you?
Not particularly. Actually, I purchased the site from a really good friend of mine. We had both went to some of the same training and knew some of the same people. And he was in need of getting rid of the site just to pull some capital for another adventure. And I was looking to boost my portfolio. So it worked out well for both of us, and it kind of fell in my lap. And since then, we've been managing and taking care of the site and making sure it's doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Excellent. So you bought this site. It's been going pretty steady for you from the sounds of it. For someone out there that's looking at this business and maybe they're not very familiar with Amazon affiliate, or maybe not even with online businesses, it might be one of the first ones they're looking at. Could you just briefly describe how this business makes money?
Yeah, so basically, without giving away the niche, our site has lots of informative articles and lots of reviews on products with links that are directed back to Amazon. When a person clicks on those links, a cookie is placed on their browser. And if they end up buying anything in that shopping session, the links will direct them to Amazon. Then the person who directed them, the affiliate, receives a commission off of those links. And so the whole model of the site is to pull people from Google search. Some other people do Facebook advertising and other advertisements, but this site doesn't do any of that. And from that traffic, then hope to direct them towards a buying decision on Amazon that results in a commission.
Excellent. Yeah. And it was for those out there looking at this business, if you are new to online businesses, Amazon affiliate is a great place to begin with. It's very user-friendly for sure in comparison to a lot of the other affiliate programs out there. Why you bought this business from a friend? It's been making you pretty good money. Why are you selling the business? Why not keep it and grow it?
Well, just speaking frank, it's in a niche that currently, given where I'm living and also my interest, it's not a niche that I'm overly enthusiastic about. Currently, the company that I work for is building quite a few websites out, and we've had a drop shipping endeavor start to take up quite a bit of my time. And so instead of letting the site kind of fall on the back burner and depreciate and not get the attention it deserves, we've decided to give it to someone who can give it the TLC, which isn't really a lot, but give it the TLC that it needs to stay relevant in the scheme of things.
Excellent. So you're selling the business to keep it going. You're just not that interested in the niche anymore, and you want to focus on your other business. That makes total sense for me.
Yeah, basically, without giving too much away, it's a home improvement site, and I don't do any home improvement myself.
So what's the plan for after the sale? Are you just going to put the money into this drop shipping business, or hang out and travel the world a little bit more with a little bit more luxury?
Actually, we relied on a person who had done some great content for us and also had helped us with some of the linking profile to make sure it's extremely clean, all white hat. He's got quite a bit on his plates and basically has said that he no longer can do it. So I'm going to take the money and do some trial and error on virtual assistants and setting up a network to kind of help me manage and maintain all the other sites that I have. So I'm going to kind of dump it back into the business, but in a roundabout way.
Awesome, man. So the site was built back in November 2014. Obviously, you didn't have ownership of the site at the time. At least I assume you didn't. When you bought the site, what's the trajectory of the business? Did you find that it was going up, or was it staying relatively the same as when you bought it?
Yeah, so when I had purchased it, there was some very small movement opportunities to do something like move from rank 3 to rank 2 on Google, but you're still on first page. So there was very minimal growth where the site was currently at. The site is a spring, summer, and fall. In the winter, it does have a seasonality to it. So there were opportunities at the time to add some products and a whole new line of stuff that could close that gap in the winter. There's some stuff that you can put on and do some different things. And we never got around to it. We really focused on just maintaining a very consistent monthly number, and that's what it's done. So there was some growth there. We just didn't take the opportunity to do it.
Interesting. So, out of everything you tried with this business as you owned it, is there anything that you did that you feel like really worked well for the site? Maybe something that the new buyer could also do once they own the site? Is there any kind of aha moment with it?
As far as the aha moment, or at least what worked really extremely well for us is we added quite a few what is considered white hat links, some very clean links that SEMrush has as an extremely low spam score. And so that has really, really stabilized traffic and the ability to do other things. And I think that if you're a new buyer or a new seller, you'll have the ability to build on that and use the authority from those links on certain pages to grow the business out with other products, and as mentioned before.
Is there anything you tried with the business that didn't work for you?
Honestly, we really focused on just keeping it at a very straight bar as far as revenue and profit. And for the most part, since we've had it, that's all that's happened. So not anything out off the top of my head.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. When it comes to the traffic and earnings section here, you mentioned there's no Facebook ads or social traffic or anything like that. It's purely organic.
Yes, 100% organic traffic. It was always on the to-do list, and it's another area that probably could definitely grow the business, but there's not even a Facebook page, a Twitter. There's no social media, even groups around it. So we're not getting any of those social indicators to the website.
Interesting. Now, for the earning type, it's all Amazon affiliate, correct?
Yes, it's 100% Amazon affiliate. We looked at doing some AdSense, but there's probably a good opportunity there. I don't have as much experience in that, and so I figured if it's not broke, don't fix it. So
Understandable. Do you find that most of your earnings are coming from like just a couple pages on the website or a few different products, or are all the pages kind of earning round about the same?
the way that we've built the site structure, and it came to us kind of built this way, and we've also extended it out in this way, is a silo structure where we have 3 large silo articles. For those who are new to the business, these are really informative, very long, 2,500 to 3,000 word articles. A great example is WikiLinks. Or not WikiLinks, Wikipedia, excuse me.
I was going to say, damn, you have a pretty impressive Amazon site. They're getting from WikiLinks.
No. Wikipedia does the same, where they have, you search U.S. history and they have this huge long page, and then you can click on, like War of 1776 and different things like that. And that's how we built the site, where we have these huge overview silos, and then you can click on links that take you to reviews. You can click on links that take you to a more niched article, but those silo articles are the ones that are gaining the most traffic and getting the most money off of them.
So just to make sure I understand a little bit, it's basically like a giant Wikipedia article with a content table that breaks down a subject completely, correct?
Yeah, we don't use the actual content table. I was just using that as an example, but we funnel all of our smaller articles, like with links back and forth between all of our smaller articles to the silo articles. So there's a lot of page juice going in between back into the silo article.
Awesome.
And then we do a majority of our linking focus there as much as possible. Obviously, we try to keep it spread out, but a lot of the linking focus goes to, there's a buyer's guide and then the homepage are the two major ones that I'm thinking of off the top of my head.
Oh, yeah, buyer guides are super effective. I'm assuming the buyer guide is the comprehensive article, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Makes sense.
A tried and true, I don't know what you call it, SEO tactic.
You'd be surprised how few people use that. Just joking, when we were joking about WikiLeaks, I wonder how much SEO juice WikiLeaks or like NSA would give your site. That would be pretty crazy. Authorities just shoot through the roof. Anyhow, how stable have the earnings been since you've owned the site?
It's one of my most stable earners. It is very consistent in a sense. There is a seasonality. I want to be 100% clear on that. So there is a drop off in the earnings, and drop off's not the right word. There is a decrease. You'll see, if you see the earnings graph, you'll see it go down in December, January, and February, and pick right back up in March. That is actually just to be expected. That has nothing to do with like traffic or dips in rank in Google. That's just, it's cold and this product is not on my mind right now.
Makes sense.
So as far as dependability of those earnings, it's been great, but just know that there is a seasonality that you can expect some low months and some high months just purely because of the product and the niche it's in.
For sure. Are you adding content on a monthly basis, or have you been kind of leaving the site as it is?
Well, we had been pretty consistent on 2 articles a month through August, but I have to say this is, again, one of the major reasons why we're looking to move the site, have someone else take care of it. Since the 2 articles went up in August, so we're talking about September, October, and November, I have not gotten any articles up on the site. So we're trying to develop some people to do that. I'm a great writer, but I have to be passionate about what I'm writing to be able to write about it, or else you can tell in my writing that it's not something I'm very excited about. And that's obviously content we don't want to put on a site. All of the content we strive for is to be extremely informative, to give our viewers something different that other sites don't give. So
understandable.
And I just don't have the expertise to do that in this area.
It reminds me a bit when I was first starting out with writing. I ended up writing just endless articles about plumbers in different geographical locations. That was a tough gig.
I started out as a writer, and the biggest transitioning, the reason why is because you don't get to pick and choose your jobs. If you get a job, you take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if you have no reason to be writing about said topic.
Yeah, it leads you down all sorts of weird paths, from plumbers to chimney pots. Anyhow, let's pretend you were going to keep the site and you wanted to grow it. What would be the least risky path you'd focus on?
With the seller, I would give this. We have targeted a set of keywords. It's in the same niche, but basically another product line area, I guess is the best way to put it without giving too much away, that I would definitely write one of those silo articles on, I believe. Probably even just a comprehensive buying guide for said, niche, and it flows and goes really well with each other. But that would be a very risk-free. Man, you could just write complete garbage and not know what you're doing and put it up, and it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt the site at all. But the rewards for it could definitely see a good boost in traffic and a good boost in earnings. And it would also be nice for whoever did this because it would kind of stabilize the seasonality, because this would kind of be more of a winter type niche conversation.
Understandable. Now, let's say on the flip side, you threw caution to the wind and you just wanted to grow this site as quickly as humanly possible. What would you do?
You know what I would do? I was thinking about this. I would probably look to developing a drop ship out of it. I would pick a product and find out how quickly you can get it made, how cheaply you can get it made. And then I would use the organic traffic and also supplement it with some Facebook ads. But you already got a great base there, and just start funneling a whole bunch of people towards your dropship product. I think you could make a great chunk of money there. But again, you're completely switching. You're changing gears and, like you said, throwing caution to the wind, and you're kind of taking something very stable and hoping to hit on a home run that might not hit.
Yeah, for sure. It is a super interesting idea, though. It actually reminds me of another idea that an affiliate I know has been doing. He's basically creating a store for his Amazon affiliate site so it looks like a dropshipping store, but it's actually still just a Amazon affiliate site. It's kind of an interesting concept in of itself, but it kind of reminded me of that. As far as risks do go, what do you think the biggest risk is that a buyer should be aware of?
I would say the biggest risk is keeping the content fresh and finding new ways to keep putting up content. It's not a huge specific niche, but I think there's only so much on said subject without expanding it. And without consistently putting up some content and consistently getting some indicators that the site is fresh, Google will slowly start to drop your rankings. But that's with any site. That's not just with this particular site, but any site. If you're not active and people aren't talking about you, then Google deems you less relevant.
So can you describe the amount and the type of work you're doing to currently maintain the site?
I currently maintain the site. Again, if we don't get it moved by, here in the next 30 days, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back on a schedule, and I would probably write 2 articles around 1,000 words, and then also do some outreaching to get a couple links. We have developed a couple of really good contacts that we've used some links for, so maybe reach out to them as well in the same niche. But we're talking like 10 hours a month, maybe, depending on how fast you write and how quickly you can do your outreach. But that's what we will do to maintain the site if we need to continue with it.
And you're currently not doing anything at the moment, just kind of letting it sit, right?
Right. Yeah. Again, lots of projects bouncing around, and this is just the one that's on the back burner, not because it's one of our smaller earners or anything of that sort, just purely because it is just not a topic that gets my engine going, I guess.
So, what kind of skills or requirements would you suggest for a buyer to have if they were looking to seriously purchase this business?
Honestly, I think, and we've kind of talked, and you guys used to label, like, I forget the names, but like Portfolio Paul or whatever.
Or buyer personas, yeah.
Yeah, buyer personas. This would be a really good site for a newbie or someone who wants to just amass a portfolio. The reason why I say a newbie is as long as you can write some relevant content, which it doesn't even have to be keyword specific, and just have a small understanding of white hat linking and how to outreach and do that, which there are tons of great articles. You can just even Google how to obtain white hat linking. There's very, very little risk with this website because of the linking structure that we've done and staying away from like PBNs and big boosts like that. But as far as the portfolio guy, especially if he has a whole bunch of other websites, he knows how to manage the person. So I would say just having the ability to put content up, whether that's you writing or whether that you have some cash to go outsource to a virtual assistant, and then having just a small amount of understanding on linking, that's all you're really going to need to continue to at least maintain the site, if not grow it by expanding the keywords.
Would you be willing to sign a non-compete? Just something that says, like, hey, look, I'm not going to go start the exact same home improvement niche site after I sell you this one?
Absolutely. I do not want to be in this. I will stay as far away from this niche as humanly possible. I can promise you that.
I assume, based off our conversation. How much support would you be willing to offer a buyer?
Honestly, so here's the thing is you put some time and effort in these sites, and while you do want to open up your plate and move it on, you want to see the site succeed. It's not, I don't want to correlate it to like a pet or a dog because there's a little bit more love there, but you definitely want to see the site succeed. And also from a seller standpoint, we have other websites that one day we might want to sell, and having a contact say, yeah, this guy was amazing after he sold the site and worked with us and made sure that the site grew and it was definitely a good purchase for us. That's very, very important to me. So I think I listed on my questionnaire like a month of email support and like 2 30-minute calls, but I am a part of a Facebook mastermind group that I'm the leader of, and we would definitely invite you in there, and that would keep consistent contact with people who have extreme depths and knowledge. So the support won't end, and I will make sure that I'm a contact for you and a person you could always reach out to for as long as you need. Because again, it is extremely important that when you purchase a site from me, you can tell other people that, yeah, it's worth doing. Because if you don't have that, then there's no reason to continue to stay in the business.
Definitely, reputation is super important. Especially in an industry like ours, especially in the buying and selling aspect of our industry, right? Where there's just so many fly by night kind of people and stuff like that. So before I ask you my final question here, Zach, just to give a quick wrap up of the business, another quick summary for those out there listening. This business was built in November 2014, has a monthly revenue of $1,766. Currently, no expenses, so that entire $1,700 is net profit, and that is over a 12-month average. With the site, obviously includes the domain, the content, and all the files will be transferred over to the new owner. So, Zach, my final question for you is, what is your best pitch in 30 seconds or less on why someone should purchase this business?
It's a great introductory business that has, in my opinion, very little risk involved in the purchase of it right now to be able to continue to see if the same results that it's getting. Plus, you get a great ally in myself and all the resources that I provide.
Actually, yeah, I agree. And like you said, this is a perfect website for someone just starting out or even a portfolio Paul kind of person who wants to just grow their portfolio. So for those out there, if you're watching this on YouTube and you want more information about this business, the link will be below this video. That would take you to our marketplace listing. And if you're watching this on the actual listing page and you want more information, you can become a depositor today. It's super easy. All you have to do is click the button, make a deposit, and you'll be given everything you need to review the business. So Zach, thank you so much for coming on, man. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.